ultimately, no matter what we do at the corporate level, to improve the brand and increase the reputation that Ford has in the marketplace, and to ultimately drive higher purchase consideration, where people are actually doing the business is in our stores every day, dealing with the dealer principals and the service managers and the receptionists and the finance people. Those are really the faces of Ford that most people see, not me because I'm everywhere online. It's the people that they deal with in their regionalities or localities. So the degree to which we can help extend the strong messaging and the strong plan that we have for Ford out to our dealers, and when it comes to social media, to help educate them on how we do this. And again, you have to remember that our dealers are wholly owned and independently operated by outside of Ford. We don't own or operate any of our dealerships. So essentially we're dealing with 3,700 independent business people.
Wow.
Obviously they rely on us for product and for information and whatnot. We rely on them to actually sell the vehicles. So it's a very delicate relationship. And it's never been one that we've dictated to them what they must do. As a matter of fact, we've involved dealers in reviews of some of our creative in terms of our advertising previously.
Sure. Which
is a little crazy if you ask me, but that's another story.
Right.
So when it comes to social media, it's sharing with them what we have found the best practices to be and giving them the tools that they need to succeed, rather than just kind of hanging them out to dry and saying, hey, good luck to you.
So you're saying you've gone as far as even educating them on some of those tools? The individual dealers as well?
We've actually got a very strong training program that we put into place in, I think, the 19 or 20 markets that are key to the success of the new Ford Fiesta.
Right.
And that involved about 600 of our 3,700 dealers, where we specifically sat down with them and did social media training. Now, what we're going to do in the other markets is we're going to educate the field staff, the operations staff that are out there in the field, directly interacting with dealers all the time, and train them. So it's essentially a train the trainers program. And beyond that, we expect that if we've given the tools to dealers that can do it well and that are in major metropolitan markets, what will naturally happen, because they're so competitive, is that other dealers will start to catch on. They'll start to observe what their competition is doing, or not really their competition, but their cohorts in other cities are doing, and they'll repeat the same in their own markets.
Right. Very true. Very true. Good philosophy.
I have a question real quick.
Jump in.
With being in social media, the thing that you have to do and be aware of is being able to do it well. And so does Ford have a policy of allowing just any of their dealers to jump in and kind of willy-nilly through it? Or do you have a process that they have to go through first so that they can be fairly representative of the brand and not squander any of the brand equity?
Well, we don't have any guidelines as to what dealers can and can't do with regard to traditional marketing. And I'm sure that's woefully apparent if you've seen any local dealer advertising.
Right.
I have clients say
we got to the same principle
and then
of
come to
social
a
media,
point where it's
but
overwhelming.
where it's different, I think, is
I'm scared to tell you.
at the corporate level, at the employee level,
I've got a 15
where we want to provide employees with the tools and the guidelines to be successful in social media, yet we don't just want to open it to anyone to become a public spokesperson on behalf of Ford if they're not authorized to be so. So in other words, we will let people, we'll encourage our employees to become a fan or like Ford Explorer on Facebook, but we're not expecting them to stand up there and to be the subject matter experts or the product experts when it comes to answering the questions on Facebook. They can certainly, because of their unique networks and the places they deal with, help direct people to where they can get more information, or to individuals they can talk with directly to get some answers, but we don't expect them to take the place of a spokesperson.
Answer good for you?
Yeah, considering half of it was.
Yeah, we had an ad that jumped in on probably live stream, so apologize about that. But I think we got the gist of it. What do you think about the region? And let's think Midwest, Scott, in terms of what do you think our region is really doing better than anybody else right now? And I know that's going to be
Playing hockey.
right?
Well, if you include Chicago in that,
Yeah,
then I guess that's
we got
right.
so far with it for Detroit, but
Maybe a better question would be, what could our region do better?
The wonders of the Midwest, and I can relate to this as a native New Englander, is this sense of grittiness and never giving up. You know, even when faced with some real obstacles.
sure.
We keep plowing through. We keep moving ahead. We keep reinventing ourselves and finding a way to be relevant. And I think that's a talent and a skill and a sensibility that more people need to pay attention to. Because I think when you look at the smile states, you know, the coast and along the south there, they typically have an attitude, and I don't need to explain it to you, about Detroit.
Right?
And the fact that we're doing this right now is testament to the fact that Detroit is anything but what they think it is.
Right. Correct.
And the degree to which we can use our natural resources, our talent, our digital expertise to help get that word out, to help spread the knowledge of who we are and what we do beyond just our own echo chamber here. And I do think that's something we've been guilty of for a long time, is remaining in an echo chamber just within the Midwest or within the southeastern Michigan area, and help tell our story, quite frankly. And there are so many individual stories as well as the collective big story to be told here. And I think Ford is certainly very proud to be front and center in terms of that success.
Right, absolutely. I think you guys have done a very good job of that. And it's funny, we talked about it before more and more people got here of what was our region's strong point. So not so much just West Michigan, but thinking about the Midwest as well. We don't want to have blinders on and focus just on the Midwest or West Michigan either, but trying to consider that a lot of people that live in Michigan, in the Midwest, are the type of people that that kind of blue-collar mentality of I can make anything happen. I can keep pushing forward. I can keep working, and good things will come.
Right.
And whether be it tech or not, I think that's a very strong asset that we have in the Midwest.
And you know, as new as I am to southeastern Michigan, I'm even more of a novice at West Michigan. So pardon my ignorance there.
Well, come visit.
You should come out here.
Yep, come visit the Third Coast, and you will find out what all is great about it. How about
I vacationed in Grand Rapids, or not in Grand Rapids, in
Grand Haven.
Grand Haven?
Grand Haven last summer.
What about if TechCrunch? The question that kind of came from TechCrunch themselves is, what if they were to write an article on our region, what would it be about? And tell you what, why not spin it around and go for your employer, Ford? What would TechCrunch write an article about? You guys.
Well, they've written many articles about it.
right. How about something new? Can you even say?
I can tell you, but I have to kill you. Digitally.
Yes.
The
Unfriend you.
technology that we've talked about for a while, but that has yet to make it into a vehicle that's actually in the market yet. It's the My Ford Touch system and the My Lincoln Touch system.
Okay.
A much more sophisticated evolution of sync than I think we've seen in previous generations of the platform. And the difference here is it's based on that partnership we had with Microsoft to produce Sync, but this is all 100% Ford engineered and built technology. It's based on the Sync platform, but everything that's new and beyond what Sync was is completely Ford. And I think that's a testament to the real talent that we've got here. And I've been down to the labs and to see some of this stuff in development, and to see the guys working with partners like Pandora and with OpenBeat, which makes the Twitter application.
Right.
And to know that we're also talking with the likes of Seismic and Facebook and a number of other non-traditional, certainly automotive partners. Because we realize that it's not just about the car anymore. It's about your digital life.
Right.
And it's about what you bring into our vehicle, not what we make you adapt to when you sit down in one of our vehicles.